Good morning, Periscope. I was wondering where you guys were. It was like, oh, it's slow to initialize, slow to initialize. Well, we're in. So good morning, America. Ali Mehdaoui here, live in session with you. And today is your weekly recap Saturday, where we go over all the 5 classes that we have from Monday through Friday. And I do a fast forward version of it so I can give you what you missed. If this is your very first time watching this session, this is absolutely generic. We do not talk about any product, company, service, and I just share with you as much as I possibly can. So I can give you everything that I've learned over the last 7 years to build businesses and have the opportunity to work from home and, for my wife and I to be home as well. So whether you're watching this on Twitter or on Periscope, Twitter, unfortunately, you can't put any hearts or comment, but on Periscope, you can absolutely, if you are on a recorded replay, you can give some hearts, you can swipe from the left or swipe up, and you can share to your followers as well. But let's go ahead and get started. I see, we got all the way from Morocco. Coucou, Ali, j'espère que tu vas bien, ainsi toute la famille, je te souhaite bon week-end. Merci. Thank you, thank you. Lance, hi Ali, good morning, how you doing? I'm the only one here. You're the only special one here because everybody else is actually watching. We have about 24 people watching on Twitter right now. That's the thing that Periscope does now. Some people can watch on Twitter and some people can watch on Periscope, but you have the fun part because you can tap the screen and you can see all the hearts. Unfortunately, Twitter does not allow that. It's just viewer version only. So feel free to actually swipe to the left if you're an Apple or swipe up and invite the masses. Let them see the value because I have literally a whole week worth of classes that we're going to go through right now real quick. Lance, good morning. How you doing? All right, let's go right into it. So momentum, I got to put these in order. Tuesday, Monday, there you go. Thursday and Friday. All right, I'm back and organized. So let's talk about Monday. Practical Monday, we talked about goal setting, right? That was the main thing that we went over. Not having goals, it's like walking blindfolded. And it is irresponsible because it will lead you to lack of motivation. If you don't know where you're heading, you're not going to be motivated to get up and do it. So you need to set goals that scare you because if it scares you, it's going to give you that adrenaline. That's the sign that you are in the right direction. Tell the world about it. Tell everybody else, hey man, I'm going to go for this big position. I'm going to go for this amount of production. I am going to do such and such and such. Have a mentor or a coach to help you set them up. So talk to your sponsor, talk to your upline, talk to whomever you're working with, or if you have an independent coach, you can do that as well. And obviously, make sure they help you set up your goals. Have an accountability partner to report to. And the further the person in terms of relationship, the better it is. Because if it is somebody that is close to you, chances are you're going to give up because you're comfortable and they're going to absolutely take it easy on you, right? So make sure that accountability partner is not really a close relationship because you need somebody to give you that push. You need somebody to hold you accountable. You also want to use thresholds. Good morning. Those thresholds for short-term, daily goal, weekly goal, long-term, monthly or yearly goal, or final destination, which sometimes is 2 to 5 years, sometimes it's 10 years, sometimes it's 30 years, whatever that is, you want to have goals. If you have goals, it's like using a GPS, right? If you're not using a GPS, you might get lost along the way. You might get there eventually, but you want to make sure you have your goal. Use a calendar and a daily planner. If you're not using a calendar and or a daily planner, most likely you will do one of these, right? You press the button and you turn off the notifications because you're in the middle of a Periscope or you're in the middle of a Facebook Live or whatever activity you're doing. Be consistent and have a routine because chances are you're going to be derailed. Chances are there's a lot of distractions. Don't be a perfectionist. It's only going to make you do the wrong thing. See, I used to try to do everything right, perfect, at the right time and everything. And that was very unhealthy, if you will, because it created disappointment if I didn't hit that perfect goal that I wanted to hit. So 100% make sure you're not trying to be a perfectionist. You can't control what others do, so don't make your goal based on other people's production. In other words, especially in network marketing, some people say, oh, by the end of the month, I'm going to have the position of, gold or whatever it is, right? And that position can only be built if your production is coming from your organization. You already failed. Because not everybody has your work ethic. Not everybody has your mindset. Not everybody has your patience, your passion, your perseverance. And people do get lazy. It's natural. I get lazy sometimes. You get lazy sometimes. So you don't want to put your faith on somebody else's hand like that. So the only goals you should ever make are your own personal goals. Discipline your mindset because you will fall short. I can guarantee you that. How do I know it? Because if you are hitting your goals every single month, chances are you're not aiming high enough, right? So make sure that you discipline your mindset, and that is why you're going to actually have to aim really high, right? We say aim for the stars, you fall short and you land on the moon, you're still in space, right? So make sure you have that mindset and do your goal settings out of excitement and motivation, not fear or desperation, right? Like many people say, man, my God, I got to pay this bill. I'm desperate. I need this. And when people feel your desperation, it's not attractive, and it also makes them feel very uncomfortable and skeptical as well, right? And they don't even want to do business with you because they're like, I don't want to do what he or she is doing right now, right? But if it is out of excitement and motivation, man, I am so excited to be marketing this product, or I'm so excited to be building this business, or I'm so motivated to get to, get that car that I really, really want, or whatever the case may be, you end up putting yourself in a situation of positivity. The environment is in favor to you and to your goals. So definitely make your goals out of excitement and motivation and continually work on your craft. So that is Practical Monday. Whoosh-ow! Let's go to, that's Wednesday. Man, I am like all over here. Tuesday, here we go. Tuesday was a fun one because we talked about apps and tools that I have in my phone. And in that class, if you missed it, you can just go back to my albums in my Facebook or even YouTube. And I took screenshots in the comment box, and I put the screenshots of every single application I was talking about. So this is really, really big. And for you, Periscope, if you're just joining us, we're doing a recap for the whole week. So feel free to swipe to the left or swipe up. Invite your followers. Give us hearts because he or she who has the most activity, I am giving away a free ebook for my new book that just got released 2 weeks ago. So if you're not equipped for success, you will fail. If you are not equipped for success, you will fail. Every single business, every single profession, 100% of the time, you have what? Tools. So if you don't have the right tools for success, most likely you will not succeed. So your cell phone has all the tools needed. Now, I can tell you, I know one person in the United States of America right now that does not have a cell phone. One person. So I'm not going to say everyone has a cell phone, but 99% of the people have a cell phone, right? So your cell phone needs these applications in it in order to have the best chance to have all the tools to be successful. So this is literally what I use myself. So number one, audible.com. Audible.com is audiobooks. It's about, I believe, $13 or $14.99 a month, and it's like the Netflix of books. You can buy more books if you want to, but my recommendation, it gives you one book a month. Just stick with that one book, and throughout the whole month, listen to it over and over and over and over and over until you start speaking along with it. Chances are you're going to absorb all that information and what? Invest, learn, teach. That naturally will happen. So audible.com. Everlance or TaxBot. I use Everlance. TaxBot does the same exact thing to track your mileage. I'm not giving you any tax advice or legal advice, but what I will tell you, when you are a business owner or even in network marketing, you are getting tax write-off advantages. So what you want to do 100% of the time is what? Track your mileage so you can actually write it off. It's your right. That's why you started a business, to have those advantages. So it is hard to actually remember in the morning to put trip A and mark it to 0 and then come back home and track the addresses and everything. The application automatically tracks it for you. So when you are actually driving, the moment you go 5 miles per hour, it starts automatically tracking you from the initial address to the final destination. And it automatically it automatically calculates rather the dollar amount that's supposed to be written off for that trip. And it gives you a weekly statement, a monthly statement, or a yearly statement. So when you go ahead and you try to actually do so, when you try to actually do your write-offs and taxes, you have that already organized for you and you never miss out. So Everlance or TaxBot. WordSwag is the application that I personally use to do the different things that you see. Like if you looked at my quote of the morning, I use WordSwag for it. All my pictures with my logo, my website, that's all WordSwag. It costs $2.99 a year. Actually, one time, I'm sorry, one time, but it's the best $3 I've ever spent because it creates content for me all day. Instagram, come on now. And if you haven't seen, by the way, Instagram is taking over Snapchat with the new storyline that's on top where you can use it just like you would use Snapchat. And one reason why I love that feature and why I got on Snapchat, see, the storyline, the only way for you to remove the notification of a storyline or to actually view it, you can't just skip it, right? It's not like the Facebook where you can just swipe up. No, you have to watch the video, especially in Snapchat, in order to go to the next storyline, right? Yeah, you can swipe it, but you're still forced to engage, which creates what? Engagement. And it gives you the list of people who watch it, and you can send them a message right after they watch it. Hey, thank you so much for watching my video. So you have better chances to engage. So definitely get on Snapchat, but Instagram, just tap into that as well. Pages, Facebook pages. That's how you can manage your business page or your Facebook celebrity profile or public page or community or whatever you're doing. So definitely download pages so you can separate both. So you don't have to get delayed notifications by hours, but pages will give you instant notifications and you can definitely manage it separately. You can boost your applications and so on and so forth. Speaking of boosting your applications, your posts, Facebook ads. I highly recommend it. You guys still alive with me? Has anyone, write in the comment box if you use Facebook ads before, a 1, and if you haven't, just write a 0, because I want to know if I need to spend a moment on this to be understood. Anybody boosts their post with Facebook ads, post a 1 if you do, or a 0 if you do not, because it is so crucially important for you to understand the possibilities and what Facebook ads allows you to do. Few things. So the very first thing, you gotta hop on it, and here's why. So what if you can design your targeted community, right? What if you can select, I would like to send this post to Les Brown followers, Tony Robbins followers, Darren Hardy, Ray Higdon, Eric Worre, right? And I want them to be between the age of 31 and 47, and I want them to be passionate about sales, and I want them to live in New Jersey, in the East Coast, in this specific zip code. And it'll tell you exactly how many people are going to receive that post. So you're not just shooting in the air and hoping that you hit, but you actually have strategic targeted programming for you to deliver whatever it is to the marketplace. That's why it is important. And Facebook ads only charges you for engagement. So let's say you decide on a $10 budget, right? One post, $10 budget. It's only going to charge you for the engagement. So it might just charge you $3.90 because that's the only engagement that it created. And it helps you. It tells you when you have more engagement. It tells you when you should post. It really is a strategic partnership. I use it all the time. And it's definitely worth it. All right. So Facebook ads. Obviously, the Facebook application. If you're not on Facebook, you're not in business. Point blank period. Facebook controls the social media world. That's it. LinkedIn, again, it is just like Facebook, but it's for professionals, for business, for alumni. So definitely hop on it. It actually looks exactly like Facebook now, so it's a user-friendly and simple platform. Snapchat, I already talked to you about it. Periscope, we're on it right now. Again, there's a lot of people who are watching this on Twitter right now. You don't have the ability to put hearts. You don't have the ability to comment and interact with the speaker and have that Q&A opportunity, right? So make sure you download that Periscope. You know, sometimes I ask questions to Damon John. Sometimes I ask questions to Gary Vee or Tony Robbins or whomever I follow, and they read it and they answer, or they'll give you a shout out. For example, these people who are giving us heart right now, right? They're going to give a shout outs, and possibly whomever gives the most hearts, you're getting a free copy of the Lion Network Marketer that's in stores right now, right? And I have a contest for you as well, Facebook, how you can get your free copy as well. Twitter, you know that in Twitter, 750 tweets go out every single second. 750 tweets go out every single second. That's incredible, right? So Twitter is your place to do like a quick tweet, right? If you want to, do a flash a flash sale or an event that you just announced, or if you're the kind of person who like to just drop a whole bunch of stuff, you can do that, but build a community. Don't go with the mindset of selling stuff. Just build a community. Have fun with it. And there's a whole tutorial on Twitter. One thing that I do, and I'll just skip through this real quick, but one thing that I do is whenever I'm anywhere, like let's say if I'm traveling, I will actually tag the airlines. Like I'll put, not bad American Airlines, brand new setup. I like the TV screen in the back of the chair. Guess what? American Airlines will retweet that and they'll say, thank you, Ali. We hope you enjoy your flight. But guess who they tweeted that to? Because they want to do what? Brag. So they tweeted to everybody else. So as they tweeted to everybody else, the world is like, who is that guy that American Airlines just tweeted about? So it creates more followers and more engagement. So one of the little tricks and hacks that you can do. Facebook Messenger, if you are in network marketing specifically, you need this application because you are networking with others. And the one thing that it has now is the ability to make a call directly from app to app. So I don't have to have the uncomfortable, well, why don't you give me your phone number and I'll give you a call. But if somebody like, yeah, we should talk sometimes. Well, when is a good time? Tomorrow after 3. Guess what I'm going to do after 3? Hey, you're still good to talk? Yep, I just pressed the call. I don't even need their phone number anymore. And now I have a direct connection all over the world because obviously just on Wi-Fi it's good. Voxer, great application for quick communication, especially if you drive a lot. Voxer is a walkie-talkie application that I highly recommend that you just press, it bleeps, you speak, and then the person can speak right back to you. So you don't text and drive, right? Stripe, that's how I collect payments. So if I have any of my funnels out there for my book or for any of my coaching events or different things that I have done or still am doing, Stripe will connect the transaction for you. It'll keep inventory of what you sold, where did you sell it to, and it'll collect the data as well so you can follow up, you can email, you can send a thank you note and different things. Definitely a cool application to use. And they charge you, I think, 0.02% or something like that. Very, 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 very small. WhatsApp, it's like what's up, but instead of the UP, it's APP. Great application. Here's why I love it. See, again, there's people all around the world that you need to communicate with. WhatsApp, just like Facebook, but a little bit more functionality. It allows you to actually utilize it just like a regular phone. So my web designer is overseas. He's about 10 hours ahead of me. So he and I communicate through WhatsApp all day as if he was literally right around the corner from me. Sometimes we do conferences through Skype as well, but WhatsApp is a quick text message, a quick phone call, and it feels like we're right around the corner from each other. So definitely a great tool for those of you who try to build globally. Have that application because, again, you can make international calls at $0 for you, and it is all through Wi-Fi. One of my best and favorite applications to use is Magisto. That is Magisto. It's like magic, but instead of the C, it's STO. Magisto is $20 a year. Now, many of us, when we see a dollar amount next to an application, we run away from it. But it's $20. Like, it's just... You spend $20 on stupid Burger King, McDonald's, or something that you shouldn't be getting, right? Magisto is a one-time $20. And guess what? If you ever seen any of my montage, any of my professional-looking videos from different events with the pictures and the logos and the music and the words and filters, and it looks amazing. It always gets me anywhere from 500 to 2,000 views every time I put a Magisto video. Guess what you do? You literally take videos, pictures, whatever. And here's what I do in my gallery. I just select the pictures, the videos, I hit next. It says, can you pick a theme? I pick a theme. It says, can you pick the music? I pick the music. It says, can you put a title? I put a title. It automatically creates it for you. The best tool I ever used for videos, and I love it, love it, love it. And you can edit it. You can do different things with it, but it's very simple to create amazing, positive videos that can create attraction. Repost. Repost is an application that is connected to Instagram. So as you know, Instagram, if you are in the app, you can't actually share. You can send the post to somebody, one of your followers, but you cannot actually share it. So Repost allows you to save it and then reshare it as well. The reason why I will highly recommend Repost is for the simple fact that you can tap into the network of the person you are reposting from, especially if it's like a Gary Vee. Gary Vee has great creative hashtags, right? Has great creative content. So what I do is repost his items. It automatically reposts all his hashtags, all the tagged people. So now my post, just like Gary V's, is going to show up in the featured pictures. When you hit search, it shows you all the famous ones. Well, guess what? You have an opportunity to be featured as well. So when people are looking for hashtag Gary V, I'm there. They click on it. Who's this guy, Ali? It creates more followers. It creates more engagement as well. So repost for Instagram, great tool. GroupMe. GroupMe is a group chat application. I use it to communicate to all my teams, different businesses, different companies, and keeps it nice and organized. It's a chat room. I highly recommend it because for one big reason. If you are just doing a group text and people start responding, it's annoying to the person who's not engaged at the moment. If somebody's at their job and whatnot, it's just annoying. I've been there from the sender to the receiver, and it's just no one wants to be part of that. GroupMe allows you to turn off notifications, and then whenever you're back and you hit turn on, it'll tell you you've missed 10 messages, right? And you can go back and read it. You can see all the pictures. You can see all the events and so many different things. So it's extremely, extremely important to use, and it's free. And obviously YouTube. Definitely use YouTube. I mean, you gotta build, YouTube is your TV channel. Now, you see how many different platforms I just shared with you? I use all of them, and you might be like, how do I manage all that? Well, you figure it out. That's how you manage it, and here is why. See, you are in the attraction business. Like my coaches say, John and Nadia, you are building a media company, not a business. So the more eyes you have on you, the more channels, just like Nike, they don't do commercials in just one TV channel. They do it in all channels because they know that some people are not going to watch certain channels, right? People who watch CNBC don't watch Fox, and people who watch, BET don't watch whatever, right? VH1 and so on, back and forth. Maybe bad examples, but you get my point, right? People who watch MSG do not watch Yes Network. I don't know. I'm giving you a whole lot of examples, but you want to tap into every platform. Is it hard? You better believe it is hard. Is it complicated? Absolutely. Do you not know what you're doing? No one did at the beginning, but that's why you invest, you learn, and then you teach. So that was Success Tools Tuesday. Boom. Next, Momentum Wednesday. So we talked about you got to 10x everything, 10 times everything. Grant Cardone wrote a whole book about it, and he talks about just 10x it all, right? You want more results, just 10x it all. So have you ever asked yourself, why is your business slow, right? We all wonder, like, why is the business so slow? This is a great opportunity. Why is nothing happening right now? Are you wondering why isn't anyone doing much? Well, you need to take ownership and focus on income-producing activities. Chances are your team will do whatever you're doing. And if you're doing non-income-producing activities, they will do the same exact thing. Good morning, everybody. I see you. So don't count on anyone but you. Now, don't take that the negative way, right? It's great to have camaraderie and build with people, but just take ownership because you can only control what you and only you can do, right? So 10x everything. I mean, do it 10 times bigger, 10 times more, 10 times better, and you can make up any numbers, with what you lack in skills. That's what Jim Rohn always taught. He always talks about the story. I wish I can show you my screen. I just got a notification from Magisto saying we just went through your gallery and created a surprise video for you. So I can't wait what it created. But he talks about if you and I have a contest and you average 9 out of 10 people to say yes to you, but I average 1 out of 10, I still can beat you. And the people ask, well, how can you do so? He goes like, well, let's have a 30-day contest. You talk to 10 people, you're going to get 9. I'll talk to 100 people, I'll get 10. I just beat you. So it is important to understand you can make up in numbers what you lack in skills. 10x your activity. Do more. Speak to more people. Create more content, right? Focus on that one thing that you are really, really good at. Focus on, that one thing that you've done once and it gave you those positive results. See, what we do as entrepreneurs or accidental entrepreneurs at times is we try to figure out the next hot thing, right? And we jump and we jump and we forget that if we just stick with the basic fundamentals, things will just grow, right? Kobe Bryant, throughout all his career, he worked on the layup, right? Steph Curry, before he goes into playing a game, he goes out and he does basic fundamental practices. He does basic dribbles. He does basic shots. Things that are fundamental. So you just got to stick to the basics, right? Remove the litter clutter that is distracting you. Listen, organizing your desk is not going to make you money. Yeah, although it is important, although it makes a nice, healthy mindset, do that like once every 3 months, right? That's great. Awesome. Positive. However, you don't want to be fixing it every single day. I mean, you know, I got people like, oh, I got my morning routine. I got to have my coffee and then go for a walk and then walk the dog. And then I got to make sure that all the laundry and all the things are fixed. And then I got to make sure that, you know, this is done, this is done. Again, it's not income producing activity. All great. Have a lifestyle, a routine, a ritual. That's all awesome. But focus on income producing activities. Remember, that stuff is not going to make you money. Fix your mindset, folks. Fix your mindset. You know, you got to remember, like, you know, to do better, you got to be better, right? So 10x everything. Watch more videos. Read more. Listen to more audios. Put yourself around the right people. See, you show me your friends, I'll tell you who you are. You are who you hang with. All those cliche lines, they're all true. So make sure that you are working on your mindset 10 times more, because I promise you it will be challenging. I promise you it will be hard. I promise you you're going to want to quit. I promise you you're going to go numb nuts, right? I promise you people are going to say it won't work. I promise you all the crazy stuff will happen. It is part of the business. You're not an entrepreneur if you don't fix problems. Entrepreneurs, all we do is we solve problems. That's what we get paid for. Most people accept and settle. That's why, unfortunately, they are where they are. But you, the entrepreneur, the one that walks with ego, right? Healthy ego, with pride. You said, I going to solve that problem, right? Well, everybody said, who the heck does he think he is? What is wrong with her? Why is she looking all weird? Well, the weird people usually are the best CEOs, right? Think about the CEO of any company. They look weird, don't they? Right? They were probably bullied and made fun of, but they ended up hiring everybody else. So just be weird. It's okay, right? And make it happen, or make excuses, but you can't do both. That was Momentum Wednesday. Watch out. Now let's go to Success Story Thursday. We talked about Henry Ford, you know, an American industrialist, founder of Ford Motor Companies, and the father of the assembly line of mass production. He didn't create the car or the automobile, but he created mass production, right? He took something that was already in existence, that was already premium, and he made it accessible to everybody. And again, since he was 18, he was trying to do this, and everybody made fun of him. Everybody thought that he was cray-cray, but guess what? There's highways named after him. Generations after generations after generations for the Ford name and the family will be taken care of, and that's what you represent. You are now looked upon as the cray-cray one. You are now looked upon as, oh my God, you know, it took him about 15 or 16 years to make it happen. It might take you a year, it might take you 2. Some of you have been in business for 10 years, but guess what? You were in your job for 10, 15, 20 years. Sometimes you'll be in your job for 30, 40 years, right? And you're not complaining there, you're just doing whatever you have to do. So make sure you don't give up on your passion just because you're settling for what you have to do. Because in life, we have to do what we have to do before we do what we want to do. That's what life is all about, and that's okay. So he didn't invent the car, as we've mentioned. He just made the process better. He was working on it since he was 18 and was called cray-cray. Quality, he said, means doing the right thing when no one is looking. And I can relate to that. You know, I've been in the restaurant industry for 7 years out of my last 14 years that I've been in the U.S. And, you know, the magic happens in the kitchen when no one is watching, when that guest is not watching. So you're putting the integrity when the guest is not watching. Same thing goes for your business. You know, you got to do the right thing when you're not in front of the room. You got to do the right thing, because sooner or later, I promise you, it's going to come back and haunt you again. So you got to do the right thing. Be the right person. Be honest. Be genuine. Be real. Don't exaggerate. Don't hype. Tell people. That's why we wrote a whole book called The Lion Network Marketer. It is not to hype. And you see why I said calendar? Look what I'm doing right now. Mark is complete, but I have it written down, so I'll come back to it. So make sure that you are doing the right thing. Anyone who stops learning is old. Now, be careful, not in age. Whether you are 20 or 80, anyone who keeps learning stays young forever. That is so important to understand, right? So if you keep on feeding your mindset, if you keep on learning, you keep yourself young, just like the gym. If you keep on working out, you keep your body young. just like anything, right? Intellectually as well, your intellectual faculty, if you keep on giving it more learning, guess what happens? You're keeping it young. You're keeping it fresh. Your ingenuity and creativity at its highest level. Your awesomeness stays great, right? You have value to offer. I get people who are like, man, you're always reading, right? You're so boring. You're always listening to audiobooks. Well, guess what? That's why I do what I do every single day. It's not a turn on, turn off. This is a choice. This is a lifestyle. I live with this. I live to learn, right? I watch entertainment and why people get stuff out of, like my wife and I, we record America's Got Talent. I love watching America's Got Talent or The Voice, and the reason I do, because I hear the story of that person who said, I've been working for the last 30 years for this moment. And I'm like, man, I feel it. I connect to it, right? I connect to those success stories. So anyone who stops learning is old, whether you're 20 or 80. Anyone who keeps learning stays young forever. You can't build a reputation on what you're going to do. There's a lot of gonnas, right? I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I am going to do it tomorrow. I am going to make it. I am going to be this position. I am going to be the top earner. Listen, no one cares about what you're going to do. Just go out and make it happen. I literally used to do that up to maybe 3-4 months ago. Oh, I'm going to be a coach. I'm going to be a public speaker. I'm going to be an author. And then I got called out. I was told, why don't you stop saying what you're going to do and just do it? Like, shut up and do it, right? So things changed a little bit. The last 3 to 4 months have literally dramatically shifted in my life, and simply and solely just because of the fact that I stopped talking about what I was going to do and just started doing. So you can't build a reputation on what you're going to do. If you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. Henry Ford was on point with that. So whatever you think of will absolutely happen. My best friend is the person who brings the best of me. Now, I'm not telling you to, tell your best friend, don't talk to me anymore. You're not the best friend that I wanted to have. But what I am telling you is that person who gives you value, make them your best friend. Have a relationship with them. Learn from them. Connect with them, because they can speed up the whole process for you to get you from where you are right now to where you want to be by simply being around them, by simply copying what they're doing. See, I hired a coach because I knew if I have his process, his connections, his tools, his resources, I'm going to get to where I want to get. And I speed it up. Is that a word, speed it up? But anyways, I got the whole process to go from 7 years worth of hard work to 4 months worth of results. And I love it, right? So make sure your best friend is the person who brings the best out of you. A business that only makes money is a poor business. That is so, so true. What you got to understand, if your business is only focused on making money, whether you're network marketing, traditional business, network sales, a job, whatever it is, if you're only focusing on the paycheck, you are already on your way out. Sooner or later, you are going to quit. Sooner or later, you're going to get fed up because you don't have a purpose. You're not a purpose-driven person or a purpose-driven business, right? You want to be missionary. You want to have a mission, something that you wake up to, something that you're motivated for. Most people don't have that. That's why most people hate their jobs, because they're in it for the paycheck. Whenever I talk to people about businesses or about network marketing or about anything for that matter, and I'm like, what are you ambitious about? I just want to get out of my job. Well, why? Man, if I can just replace my income, I'm like, yeah, but all right, let's say you get out of your job tomorrow. What are you going to do? I don't know. Well, you got to find that, because that's what's going to get you motivated to do the work to get out of your job. But if you're just saying, I want to get out of my job, I want to replace my income, you're literally just saying, I want to go to the gym and I want to eat better. You're not going to have going back to Practical Monday, right? Goal setting. So you want to set your goals of weight, of health, of whatever, right? Business, of marriage, whatever it is that you want, set that goal. Write it down, and make sure that you are purpose-driven, not money-driven. So that was True Story Thursday, or Success Story Thursday, Henry Ford. Watch out. Now, yesterday, not last night, in the morning, we had Pick Your Own Topic Friday, and we talked about success and failure. See, success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. So, A, you got to identify your worthy ideal. B, you have to realize that it's a journey, not a step. right? So success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. See, most of us, as Tony Robbins say, will underestimate what we are capable of doing in 30 years, but we overestimate what we should be doing in a year. We automatically tell our mindset, I failed. It's been a year that I've been doing this. But you're not realizing that you've been doing what you're doing for 10, 15 years, and you're still doing it because you're like, I'm going to get that promotion one day. So have the same integrity towards you and tell yourself it's a journey. I am going to progress. So as long as I'm progressing in what I'm doing, I am successful. What if I told you that I can predict your success or failure right now? What if I tell you that I know for a fact if you're successful or if you're not? Simple things that I can tell you right away, right? So this one is going to be good. You guys ready? Still with me? I know I'm giving you a whole lot today. This is probably the most value I've ever given in one class. So yeah, drop a 1 if I still have you. And Periscope, y'all better give some hearts, man. Let them rain, right? Give them up. All right, so here we go. So what if I told you that you yourself can predict your success or your failure? There's very simple things that you can do. So the most valuable, I see the ones, the most valuable commodity that we own today is accessibility to information. We have access to information more than ever. You know, and it's so sad that we take that information for granted. You know, a Nobel Prize winner from 1953. Now, this is 1953. Back then, there was no cell phone. There was no internet. To get any information, it would take weeks, months, sometimes years to identify certain information. His name is Albert Schweitzer. And he was asked, what is wrong with people today? And that was, again, in 1953. What is wrong with people today? And he said, you know, they simply don't think. And I truly believe that. You know, people do not use their intellectual faculty the proper way. Look at the amount of information. Like, I can ask you any question right now, right? Like, I can tell you how many cells does the blood, the body has of blood. I can ask you, how does the brain function? I can ask you, what does the eye has in the inside of it? How does the reflection of the eye work? How does, you know, the fingertips work? All these different things that I can ask you, and you can find it in a half a second, literally. But you're taking that information for granted. Instead of utilizing it for the right thing, you know, most people are watching some stupid video of a kitten or you know, a street fight or whatever negativity out there on political views or so on and so forth. So here is how you can utilize that information to impact your mindset and predict if you're going to be successful or you're going to fail. Your words that you use about yourself or your daily activities are 100% going to determine your success or your failure. If you say, well, it is what it is, I can promise you it will be what you're claiming it to be. If you say, I'm not sure if I can make it, you won't. You know, whenever somebody tells me, like, I don't know if I can make it this weekend, I say, well, I'll see you the following weekend then. Like, why are you saying that? Because you're not going to make it. No, I'm going to try. Well, you're going to try. You're definitely not going to make it. Well, I should be there. Well, you should be, but I know for a fact you're definitely not going to be there, right? I don't know if I can make this thing work. You won't. Well, why are you saying that? Because you don't know if you're going to make it work. You know, like, it's like, I don't know if I'm going to jump or stay, you know, on the pool side. Well, I know you're staying on the pool side because you're not jumping, right? So your words that you say about yourself or your daily activity 100% will have an impact. Subconsciously, you will do what you're thinking. So it doesn't matter, right? You know, that's why there's incantations. That's why there's affirmation. Whatever you say will actually come into reality. So sometimes you gotta pump yourself. You know, when I shower, I actually take my phone, I connect it to the speaker, and I put some Les Brown, or I put some Tony Robbins. I get some motivation. I'm showering, I'm speaking to that video. I am in a whole different world. That shower becomes literally a sauna, and that sauna ends up being a world and a universe. Right? Because I'm in my own crazy world and I get all these motivation, all this positivity, all this affirmation. So when I walk out of here, I'm ready to go to war for you. I'm ready to get this thing going for you, right? Your character will attract or will repulse. So your character, who you are as a human being, forget what you're claiming to be in the business world, right? I know so many people that in front of the room, I mean, they are, first of all, before I speak, I want to give glory to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And the moment they get behind the room, nothing but F-bombs and jealousy and envy and talking bad about people. And I'm like, wow. That is the real you. That was fake, right? That's why, again, we wanted to make sure that we're doing the right thing with integrity. So 100% your character will attract or repulse people. And I personally, whenever anyone wants to talk to me about business, I do certain things specifically. If you send me, like, I had somebody few things days back that sent me a message that says, do you keep your options open to making money? And I wrote, hello, are you? And I said, how are you? Good. How are you? I'm like, I'm great. Thanks for asking. And then they ask again, do you keep your options open to making money? I was like, well, how long have you been in business? My point is, let's build a relationship. Let's talk, right? I mean, and I kept getting that aggressive. And I'm like, this person is too aggressive. Even if I were open for another income stream, I would not even introduce them to anyone within my network because they are repulsing me. So I can only wonder what they can do to somebody who doesn't have the maturity in business like I do, right? So your character will attract or will repulse. Your thinking will make you reach the stars or keep you stuck in ground. Your thinking, or as they say sometimes, your stinking thinking, will keep you in ground. Whatever you think about will happen. I mean, I can't stress that enough. Fear isn't what's stopping you. We're all afraid of something. That's part of the human nature, right? We're afraid of death. We're afraid of drowning. We're afraid of falling. We're afraid of failing in business. We're afraid of not succeeding. We're afraid of judgment. That's part of the human element. But some of us use that fear to fuel motivation and say, I'm afraid that I'm going to miss out on that opportunity. I'm afraid that I'll have to go back to a boss who used to make fun of me. I'm afraid that I'll have to work 90 hours a week again and compromise my marriage. I'm afraid of those different things. So what's really stopping you isn't fear. What's stopping you is conformity. And conformity is a type of cowardness. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. But when you conform with others, you do what others are doing without actually asking yourself, why am I doing it? Right? It's like that person who goes out there and starts to protest just because everybody else is protesting. From Morocco. Yes, sir. Salam alaikum. I got somebody who just hopped on from Morocco. Cool stuff. Man, we're all over in Africa right now. We're on fire, man. Let's get the hearts going. I'm excited. So, you know, conformity is horrible. You know, there's people who literally will just talk bad or do bad things. And when you ask them, like, why are you being like this? Well, you know the world that we live in. It's either you pick one side or the other. Well, why do you have to settle for that? Right? Like, oh, well, you know, I have no choice. I have to work. No, you have a choice. You just chose to work, right? That was a choice you made, right? So there's different things in the term of conformity. Do not conform. It is horrible. Right? Don't just wear what everybody else is wearing, right? I hear people that say certain things that I'm like, what the heck is wrong with these people? They don't even understand what's coming out of their mouth. They don't understand the audacity of the things that's coming out of their mouth, just for the simple fact it's pure ignorance. That's what conformity is. So ask questions, evaluate, make sure that you are knowingly doing the right thing and purposely doing it. So 100% make sure you're not conforming. A person who conforms has no courage. A person who conforms simply settles down. A person who conforms just says no because everybody else just said no. It's funny. I mean, I've seen, if you ever watch Brain's Game on Nat Geo, and one of the episodes was called Conformity. And they showed like so many different things. And I mean, they had a room where a dentist room, everybody was sitting down. And as people would get up, right, then like, they were all actors. It was only one person that's in there. So every time literally everybody in the room, like 20 people would get up, they sit back down. The nurse will come out and call the next person. And then nothing happens, right? They get up and then that one person is looking like, why is everybody getting up? And then her turn, she was up next. So she was just sitting down the whole time. And then guess what she started doing? Getting up and sitting back down. Then they didn't call her. They skipped her. And then she got up, sat back. And then they went through the whole room. She was the only one left. Here's the interesting thing. Next thing you know, they invited real people now. They're not guest actors anymore. So then she started getting up and sitting back down. Getting up and sitting back down, right? And then that real person that's not an actor started doing the same exact thing. No one asked the question. And then she went in. And then she left. Guess what? That real person who was not part of the first experiment, by themselves, getting up and sitting back down. Conformity is horrible. So don't fall into that trap. Use your intellectual faculty. Make sure you are doing the right thing. More than a huge component. I mean, I'd say more than 60% of the country right now are broke, are like literally poverty line almost. About, 20-30% are living paycheck to paycheck. If they miss one or two paychecks, they're in major financial trouble, or they're living through credit cards or through debit cards or whatever the case may be. They're to barely make ends meet. And a select few are doing really, really well. 6 figures, multiple 6 figures, or 7 figures, and so much more. And here's what I can tell you. We all conform, including myself. But I conform with that select few that I choose to conform with, right? I ask myself, like, why is the select few doing better than everybody else? Well, because they're doing such, and they're doing such, and they're doing such, and they're doing such. Therefore, I automatically say, I know what I have to do. I choose the audience that I want to be part of. I choose the tax bracket that I want to be in. I choose the type of car that I want to drive. I choose the neighborhood that I want to live in, right? And you might say, well, that's impossible. Well, it is. You just have to make a decision to make it to the end and then just work forward to it, right? Don't conform with the masses. Be weird. Entrepreneurs, we are weird. We entrepreneurs make whatever it is that we want to have. So you choose to look and sound white. Now I'm trying to look for a punchline. No, I choose to actually find it humoring. So, love you. People are funny, right? Please comment again. I want to block you. Please, please. No, he can't. Facebook just died on us. Wow. Looks like I forgot to charge my phone. Oh, man, I'm going to have to apologize to Facebook. Look at that. Well, Periscope, literally, that was the very last point that I had for you. And I wanted you to know that do not conform with people. Do not accept what anyone tries to define you as. Be positive, be happy, be amazing. Oh, and the joke of the week, someone called me the other day on Periscope, because there's a lot of jokers, called me Chubby Cheek Steve Urkel. And I kind of liked it. I liked it a lot. My mom's last name is Mehdaoui. Hey, what's going on? I'll make sure I follow you right now. View profile. And bam, I just followed you, my friend. That way we can connect. So anyhow, I hope these classes have helped you out. I hope you got enough information out of it. For more information, if you need any help with anything, workwithali.com. It is available to you. You can see every interview, every publication, everything that we've done in the past, and you can 100% get and take advantage of it. I am super excited, happy, humble, motivated, abundant, healthy, well. All those great things are within me, and I hope you feel that positivity and that great synergy coming your way, and go out and make the world a better place. Now, check it out. I am going to see who gave me the most hearts. I have a free ebook for the Lion Network marketer. I am going to do my very, very best to send you, I'm going to try to find you probably on Twitter or whatnot, and I'm going to send you the code so you can redeem your free book today. So I can't thank you enough. Tomorrow is Mindset Sunday, so tomorrow 8:30 Eastern Time in the AM. Make sure you join us, and I appreciate you. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.